I think we can almost all agree that eco rounds and half-buy rounds are one of the most boring rounds in the game. I mean, it's just unfair. You fighting for your life with only a pistol in your hand while the enemy has big guns like a Vandal or a Phantom. But no worry my friends, in this video I'll give you some tips and tricks on how you can improve your chance of winning the half-buy rounds and the eco rounds. I start with some simple tricks and some more advanced tricks later in the video. Now sit back, relax and enjoy my friends. So let's start with rule number 1, and this is in my opinion the most important rule. Don't go for long range 1v1 duels. Unless you saved a little bit of money so you could buy a Marshall, for the rest of the guns you always have a disadvantage on long range. Luckily a lot of people already acknowledge this, so what do? They camp in corners and holding small angles. You probably have done it yourself. Buy a shorty, go to this corner on bind and hope the enemy doesn't see you when they are walking past. And I mean, it's a good trick, especially in lower elo this often works. I mean, look at this clip my friends.
Nice one.
Camping is not only for the defending side, but you can also camp on the attacking side. Especially when some of your teammates died, a lot of people will get impatient and will rush you. So easy kills for you. So yes, camping is one of the ways you can play an eco round. There are some downsides about camping though, because after you make a kill, the enemies know where you are and you probably don't have a way out. And on top of that, once you use the camping spot once in a game, the enemies will probably check it every other round. But luckily there are tons of other tricks you can do in eco rounds. For example, the opposite thing of camping, pushing. When you play on the defending side, you can push in the eco rounds with the goal to get behind the enemies and kill them without them seeing you. You can also use the same principle on the attacking side. It's kinda the same as lurking. When your whole team is pushing one side, go to the other side by yourself. Wait till you hear the enemies are walking away and then push yourself. You might get to places where the enemies won't expect you to be in. In their spawn for example, in this half-buy round I just had enough money for a Spectre and armor. I managed to sneak into their spawn and win the round like that.
One enemy remaining.
Easy peasy, my friend. However, even though the two tricks I just discussed are pretty decent, they are very luck based. There are better alternatives you can use to maximize the chance of winning. So let's talk about it. Even though it doesn't always feel like it, Valorant is actually a team sport. So use your teammates in the eco rounds. Take the camping trick for example. Here's an upgraded version. Instead of chilling by yourself with the shorty in this corner, ask a teammate if he can stand over here or here. Now when the enemy pushes and you make a kill, the other enemies are gonna focus on you and that's the moment when your teammate is gonna peek. It's called a crossfire and it's especially good in the eco rounds. Take this round for example. I baited my teammate, but because of this I got a kill. Oh no. I sadly died, but in an eco round every kill matters. Another option is to stack a side with your teammates. When you go with 4 or even 5 people to one side, you can create a lot of these crossfires. Again, it's luck based, it's a 50-50% chance that they're gonna push your side, but when they push the right side, there's a higher chance that you're gonna win the round. Way better than playing default and taking the 1v1 battles. Now let's talk about the more advanced tricks. Not sure if you remember it, but every agent got abilities. And with some of those abilities, you can do some sneaky tricks to get kills in eco rounds. Let's start with the most obvious one. Something that I would recommend is to save the Jet, Chamber and Neon ultimate for the eco rounds. The reason for this is that if you use your ultimate with one of these agents, you can't use your normal gun. So using your ultimate in normal rounds might be a waste. While on the other hand, in eco rounds your ultimate is very useful. During my Neon to Diamond series, I've won so many eco rounds because I saved my ultimate. This round for example. Oh my god, this ult. Just one exception about saving your ultimate. Don't save your ultimate if you have a lot of money, because then you don't have to go eco for a long time. Now let's talk about the other abilities. The eco round is the round that you go for the risky strategies. Every agent has some unique tricks he or she can do. If you for example play race and you have a little extra money, this might be the moment to buy 2 satchels, a bucky and go for a double jump. When you play Jet, go for this aggressive play on Haven and you might catch the enemies off guard. Or when you for example play Omen, use your smokes, teleport in your smoke and kill the enemies from behind like I showed in last video. The main purpose of these aggressive plays is to kill one enemy and get their gun. When you get a weapon, you can either give it to your teammate or keep it yourself and you have more chance to win the round. And of course you get some epic clips if you make some aggressive plays. This attack helicopter for example. Attack helicopter! Besides these main strategies, there are also a lot of small things you can do to get the most out of the eco rounds. The first thing is your money management. For good money management, you need to learn one simple rule. It's a waste to save more money than you need for the next round. If you for example have 3800 credits, you'll see that with the current bonus gold you will get at least 5700 credits in the next round. And that's too much, it's a waste, so don't go fully eco over here. Buy for example armor and a ghost or even a Spectre if you have enough money. The amount of credits you need in a full buy round depends on the agent that you are playing and how expensive their their abilities are. I would say if the minimum amount of credits is at least 4100 in the next round, you'll be safe. And another tip about the Valorant economy, always keep an eye on the credits of the enemies. When you see that the enemies have a low amount of credits, they are probably gonna go for an eco round. And when they do that, you have to be careful for the campers, the pushers, the lurkers, and all the things I discussed earlier this video. Now about the ultimate orbs. Take the ultimate orbs in the eco rounds to get the most out of it. Sadly, the ultimate orbs are a lot of times overlooked, while they are very useful. And especially in the eco rounds, when you have less chance to kill the enemies anyway, you can at least take the orbs to take for the next round. Or of course, when your ultimate is almost ready, take the orbs to use your ultimate in the same round. Take this round for my Neon to Diamond series, for example. Because I took the orbs in this eco round, I could make 2 easy kills.
There we go.
Zoom kills. Here we go, boys. Another thing you have to keep in mind in the eco rounds is that every kill you make on the enemy counts. If you kill an enemy, he will lose his full armor and a Vandal or Phantom. This is almost 4000 credits he needs to rebuy. So you don't have to win an eco round to get a successful round. Just killing 3 or 4 enemies to break the enemy's economy is already good enough, especially when you're only using a shorty. And this is it, my friends. This is how you maximize your chance of winning an eco round or a half by round. I hope you learned something, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.